Ladies and gentlemen, we got numbers out of the Infowars sale. And I just want to say this, based on what I'm seeing, maybe Timcast should buy Infowars. I got a really good idea for the whole network. I'm thinking we got a great talent who could probably host a lot of these shows. You may have heard of him. His name is Alex Jones. And maybe Timcast needs to buy. So the bids are apparently being made public in this story. Company tied to Alex Jones disputes the Onion's purchase of Infowars. And apparently the bids are around $3.5 million. Timcast could afford to put in a competitive bid to buy up the assets of Infowars that are only ranging, it's only estimated about $2.6 million. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a heavy lift for us, but well within our capabilities to do. Here's the gist of the story. The Onion claims they bought the website, but they only offered $1.75 million. Meanwhile, another supplement company offered $3.5 million, double. Yet somehow the Onion's bid was approved, and the story goes that the Onion colluded with the families in an effort to humiliate, I guess, Alex Jones. Well, if this auction is legit, I think Elon Musk should buy it. I got to be honest. Elon Musk could snap his fingers and buy up Infowars. For real. Let's read the story, and we'll go through more of this. They say a company tied to Alex Jones filed Monday to dispute the sale of Infowars' website to the parody site The Onion, calling it improper and unfair. In the morning, First United American Co.'s, a limited liability company that runs Jones's online supplement store, filed an emergency motion to disqualify the winning bid of The Onion's parent company, Global Tetrahedron, to purchase the Infowars media empire and other assets. The filing alleged that the bankruptcy trustee improperly colluded with Connecticut families who won nearly $1.5 billion in legal judgments against Jones after he called the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting a hoax. The company running Jones's online store had placed a competing bid against The Onion to purchase the estate. Check this out. In its filing, FUAC said its final and best bid was $3.5 million for all of Jones's assets, while it said The Onion's bid was $1.7 million cash, in addition to a waiver from the Connecticut families promising some proceeds from the sale of Infowars assets, which Connecticut families valued at $2.625 million. Interesting. According to the filing, FUAC said accepting The Onion's bid was collusion and argued that including the contingent waiver in its valuation was improper. Very interesting. Okay. So if they're doing 175 and we're looking at 2.65, I think a $5 million bid should win us the whole thing. We could do it. I mean, I don't know if it's too late. Must be too late. But I got to be honest, if I had known it was that low, I'm surprised more people didn't go in to buy out Infowars. Now, don't get me wrong. I know many of you are saying $5 million is low. Tim, you're crazy. For a major media business, this is easily accomplished. A car dealership could buy this. I went to a local car dealership. They do $1 million a month in revenue. You can easily afford off of their margins, not just of a single dealership, and they're not making $1 million in cash. I'm saying revenue generation could easily could buy this out. Shortly after the emergency filing Monday, the trustee, the court-appointed person overseeing Jones's case, filed a preliminary response calling the emergency motion a disappointed bidder's improper attempt to influence an otherwise fair and open auction process. This is crazy. Having failed in its prior efforts to bully the trustee and its advisors into accepting its inferior bid, FUAC now alleges, without evidence, collusion and bad faith in an attempt to mislead the court and disqualify its only competition in the auction. The trustee intends to respond in due course, fully, and in detail to the barrage of baseless allegations, selective quoting and half-truths in FUAC's recent filings. The back-and-forth legal squabble followed days of celebration by The Onion and its supporters, as well as denial and rebuke from Jones, that the parody news organization would take over the platform. Infowars was briefly shut down after the sale was announced, NBC News reported, but it has resumed operating since. Quote, "I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be here until they come and turn the lights off," Jones said on Thursday. On Monday, Jones shared the emergency motion on his social media platform and referred to The Onion's purchase as auction fraud and a fraudulent sale. Jones has also claimed that Elon Musk and President-elect Donald Trump are investigating the bankruptcy auction in his favor, noting that Musk's X-Corp filed a notice of appearance in the case, which involves the potential transfer of Jones's X handle in the sale. So I think it may be too late to even try to buy it. But man, if I had realized it was that low, I don't know that we would do something like this. Interestingly, they're trying to take Alex Jones's X handle, which you can't do. Alex Jones does not own that, so you can't take it from him. They go on to say, Jones, one of the best known and most controversial conspiracy theorists, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in late 2022 after he was found liable for defamation in the case of the families of victims of the Sandy Hook school shooting. The proceeds from the sale of Infowars and Jones's other assets will go toward his estate creditors, including the families of Sandy Hook victims. An attorney for the families had said the Onion did a public service and will meaningfully hinder Jones's ability to do more harm. Now, I have a question. How does this make sense? It's a public auction and a bankruptcy. How does the family get to offer up a waiver of value for this sale? It makes no sense. He's bankrupt. They're going to auction off everything, and that money will go to the families as part of his debt. Okay. So if someone offers cash, that's the best bid. How does it make sense that you can say, we will use debt, we will use a debt waiver towards the purchase of this? That to me seems to make no sense. The Onion's chief executive, Ben Collins, who previously covered disinformation and conspiracy theories for NBC News, I just want to pause and just reflect upon the hilarious nature of NBC News' disinformation reporter had the experience necessary to become the CEO of a fake news website. What does it say about you, NBC News? Find it funny. They're going to mention, he contested Jones's version of events, writing that the judge had questions about the process and assets, but the process should be completed at a hearing on November 25th. We always knew the guys who currently run Infowars were going to take this badly and use the loss to fundraise off of it. And they did not disappoint. Collins wrote on X and Blue Sky. Obviously, when the current operators of Infowars went back to operating as a business, they used that to falsely say the auction had been overturned and allege some truly wacky stuff. Collins wrote that the Onion plans to relaunch Infowars as the dumbest website on the internet. A person with knowledge of the sale has told NBC News that the Onion plans to rebuild the platform with well-known internet humor writers and content creators. No, they're not. It's all nonsense. The Onion's traffic is really low. They don't even have the money to buy the platform. According to this report, they only had $1.75 million to bid, and all they did was say, but hey, we're going to sell everything off and you can have it. So consider it an additional $2.65 million on top of the bid. A debt waiver? There's no guarantee they can even sell this stuff. So that's why I say this makes very little sense. If this is a public bankruptcy to pay the families debt that they're owed, and you can't guarantee the sale, I gotta say, this is the weirdest thing. Couldn't the families then just claim the assets? I don't know. FUAC said its final and best bid was $3.5 million. And the Onion was $1.75 million, in addition to a waiver from the Connecticut families promising some proceeds of the sale. How much? How much? And are you allowed to rebid? So apparently people are complaining. I think this is coming from Jones's camp. It's supposed to be a public auction, meaning I say I'll give $3 million. They say 3.5. I say 4. They say 5. I say 6, right? But apparently what it turned into was you just write down what you wanted to spend and submit it. And if you had the best offer, they would accept it. That's not an auction. And then they accepted a lower bid. I wonder if FUAC, which is Jones affiliated, I guess, or any other entity, genuinely believe that 3.5 would be enough to secure all of these assets. I'll tell you this. I don't know that I care about any of this, to be completely honest. Like, you know, if I had realized it was so low, maybe we would have tried to put in a bid. Roger Stone did. And I got to be honest, it shouldn't be hard to muster. If we did a crowd fund, we could have raised more than this, had any of us understood. The point is this, though. Why buy it? Like, who cares? Is it the legacy of Infowars? I don't know. Alex Jones is Alex Jones. How about that $3.5 million goes towards launching a new company with more assets, a new studio, and Alex Jones hosts that? They can shut down Infowars, I guess, but you cannot stop Alex Jones. Anyone can start a company and hire him as talent. And as talent, what are you going to do about it? The company maybe won't be able to get insured, I guess. But you start a single LLC. Then that LLC produces content. You hire Alex Jones off investment. The company makes money. If they come after that new company, you do it again. There's no legitimate way to stop Alex Jones. So if you got 3.5 million, say, okay, here's what we'll do. 250K will go to a new studio. We'll sell ads. We'll give Alex Jones as a contractor a cut. He's going to make some money. He's going to have to pay back debt to the Sandy Hook families. Yeah. He'll also have a company credit card, and he'll mostly just be living off the company, paying for his travel and accommodation as part of his contract, which is not income that he can give away. There's no way you can do this. This is on purpose. The law exists this way, so you cannot enslave a person. Sorry. You can sue him for defamation, but there are means by which you're not going to take anything from him. Like, I get it. Infowars is gone, but he's got more than enough allies to rebuild the company and make millions more dollars. It ain't going nowhere, I guess. But we'll wrap it up there, my friends. The next segment is coming up tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Smash the like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast. Timcast.com. Become a member and join the movement. And we'll see you all at 8 p.m.